My hair is just not behaving right now. Whatsoever. You are both XX chromosomes, so you are both lesbian. That woman's a lesbian. So is your girlfriend a lesbian, or... That would make her a lesbian. So it's a lesbian relationship, basically, with sex toys. I don't think I've said the word lesbian quite so much in a very long time. Hey Spuds, how's it going? My girlfriend is not a lesbian, and that's what this video is all about. And before you all comment, because I know this happens every time I do a video about or with Shaba and I refer to her as my girlfriend, we are still engaged. She technically is my fiance, but we still use boyfriend, girlfriend because we prefer it. Obviously when we get married it'll be husband, wife, which, yes, that'll be cute. But for now, still girlfriend, boyfriend, despite being engaged. But she's still not a lesbian. I'm making a video about this because ever since we got together, and Shaba and I got together when I was pre-testosterone, but I was out as transgender and living as male, etc, all of that stuff. But ever since that time, so many people have commented throughout the years that we must be lesbians, particularly my partner Shaba must be a lesbian for being with me, or being able to be with a trans guy. And people also like to say I'm a lesbian too, of course, that makes sense, right? And still, to this day, we get so many comments about being lesbians, as you saw in the beginning when I read them out. But the shocking truth is that neither of us are lesbians. Basically, dating a trans person who is the gender that you're attracted to doesn't change your sexual orientation. If you are a cisgender, so not transgender woman, and you identify as straight and you've only ever found like men attractive, and then you fancy, date, whatever, go out with a trans guy, you are still straight. It doesn't make you bisexual, it doesn't make you a lesbian. Because you are a woman who likes a man or who is with a man, and having trans in front of man does not make that man any less of a man. And the same goes for trans women. Having trans in front of the word woman does not make trans women any less of women, any less of a woman. Not well, I messed that up. And these rules apply to any combination of relationship with somebody who is trans, a binary trans. And the easiest way to think about it is just to forget the trans prefix and just think trans men, trans women, women. Just forget the trans bit. And it makes understanding sexual orientation when it comes to trans people a lot easier if you just forget the trans bit for a minute. Of course they are still trans, but like they're men who are trans or women who are trans. Like it doesn't affect sexual orientation and stuff. But not to neglect people who are bisexual, never want to leave bisexual people out. If you are bi and like a trans person, you're still bi, because I've heard a lot about people who are bisexual. Like I've had quite a lot of comments going, oh, I thought I was bisexual, but I fancy you, I find you attractive, so I must be pansexual. That's not quite how it works. You can still identify as bisexual if you like trans people. I don't know if that needed to be said, but there it was if you wanted it. And don't get me wrong, I do get the curiosity, mostly just the curiosity, and also a little bit of like the confusion around trans people and sexual orientation and sex and genitals with trans people. I get it. It's something that is kind of talked about, but like not widely, and not very many people like know details or facts and stuff about it. So I do understand why there would be some confusion. But like I said, drop the trans bit if you're confused and just see trans men as men and trans women as women. And in terms of the sex aspect, that is nobody's business but the people in that relationship. And it's definitely not something that would change the label that they themselves identify with, or change the label you could give them. Basically, I don't think that made sense. What I'm trying to say is, so in my relationship with my partner, you can't label us as lesbians just based on assumptions made about genitals or how we have sex, because that's not how it works. We are a man and a woman in a relationship, therefore we are not lesbians. So yeah, that was just, I don't know, a short and sweet video, because I'm still getting comments, and sometimes they come in really frequently. I think it just depends on the videos I'm uploading. But like Shaba made a video on my channel about like being with a trans guy, and I swear nowadays like most of the comments on that are just like, she's a lesbian. And I just wanted to clear that up once and for all, and try and clarify some other questions or confusions that might surround trans people and sexual orientation and stuff. If you have any questions based on anything I've said or any comments, then leave them down below. If you think this needs a follow-up or another topic, or I don't know, leave that below. If you want to see any videos from me, let me know and I will try and make it happen. As always, thank you so much for watching. Think about giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to, but no pressure, and I will see you next time. Much love. Bye.